Have you ever been close to someone who has a dream? They talk about it all the time, but they keep waiting for some perfect moment in the future to actually go after it. They want to start a business or a YouTube channel or write a book, but they think that moment is still ahead of them somewhere. Well, I have some news for you. That moment doesn't exist, and if you're waiting for it, you're going to miss out. I know that waiting can be a good thing sometimes. Like when you re-waiting for an Uber Eats delivery or you re-waiting for your food at a restaurant. Waiting can be good then because you don't have to do anything. But there are other times where waiting isn't a good thing. And waiting to pursue your dreams is one of those things, because when you wait too long, you might miss out on something big. And that could be the difference between success and failure. In today's video, I want to talk to you about why you should stop waiting for the right moment to chase your dreams, and how you can start making the most of what you have today. Let me tell you a story. There was a guy called Ethan who wanted to be a writer. He had always loved reading books, and he thought it would be amazing to have his own stories published one day. So he started writing a novel in his free time, but he didn't finish it because he was waiting for the right moment to start. The problem was that he never felt ready enough or like he had enough time, and he kept thinking that there was gone. Be this one moment, that everything was just gone. Click into place and it was gone. Be easy. So he kept waiting and waiting, but that moment never came. Years went by and Ethan got older. He got a job, he started a family, and he stopped writing altogether. He never finished that novel he had started so long ago, and he never saw any of his stories published. Now, let's look at another guy, Callum. Callum also wanted to be a writer, and he also loved reading books. One day he decided to start writing his own story. He didn't wait for the perfect moment because he knew that it would never come. Instead, he started writing and he finished that story. And you know what? It wasn't easy. There were times when he felt like giving up, but he didn't. He kept going because he really wanted to see his story finished. And guess what? His story was published. It wasn't an instant bestseller or anything, but it was out there, and that was all that mattered to him. The main difference between these two guys was that one of them waited for the right moment while the other just started. And I know it's easier said than done, but trust me, if you wait for the right moment, you'll miss out. Life is unpredictable. Things change all the time, and there are so many things that are out of our control. So if you wait for everything to be perfect, you might be waiting forever. And if you wait for a sign that it's the right moment, well, you might be waiting forever because sometimes you just have to take a leap of faith and go for it. And I know that can be scary, but the truth is that if you want to achieve your dreams, you have to take risks. You have to put yourself out there and be vulnerable. And if you want to do that, you can't wait for the perfect moment. The second reason why you should unwait for the right moment is that it stops you from learning new things. When you wait for the right moment, you're basically waiting for everything to be perfect. But the truth is that perfect doesn't exist, so you're just setting yourself up for disappointment. If you're waiting for the perfect time to learn a new skill or start a new hobby, well, I have some news for you. There is no perfect time. Just start and figure it out as you go along. The same goes for learning new things. You and ever feel like you know enough, or you feel like you don't have enough experience. But here's the thing, you will never feel fully ready. So just start and learn as you go. There are so many resources available to help you learn new things. And with a little bit of effort on your part, you can achieve anything you set your mind to. So stop waiting for the right moment and start learning today. The third reason why you shouldn't wait for the right moment is that it keeps you stuck. When you wait for the right moment, you're essentially staying where you are. You're not moving forward, and you're definitely not growing. And that's not where you want to be if you want to achieve your dreams. If you want to make progress towards your goals, you need to take action. You need to start moving forward, no matter how small the steps are. Every journey starts with a single step, and that's no different when it comes to achieving your dreams. So stop waiting for the right moment and start taking action today. I know that it can be hard to take action towards your goals, especially when you're feeling unmotivated or demotivated. But the truth is that you can't wait for motivation to strike you. You need to find ways to trick your brain into taking action, even when you don't feel motivated. One way to do this is by setting small, achievable goals for yourself. When you set small goals, you give yourself a better chance of success. And when you experience success, no matter how small, it helps you build momentum towards your bigger goals. Another thing that you can do is find an accountability partner. This is someone who will hold you accountable for taking action towards your goals. Having someone to keep you honest can be incredibly helpful when you're struggling to stay motivated. It's also important to remember that it's okay to start small. If you've been stuck for a while, it may take some time to get moving again. Don't put too much pressure on yourself to start making huge strides towards your goals right away. Instead, focus on taking small actions every day and building up from there. Remember that every journey starts with a single step, and that includes the journey towards achieving your dreams. So my advice to you is this: stop waiting for the right moment. If you want to achieve your dreams, it's time to take action. Don't let fear or doubt hold you back. I know that it can be scary to put yourself out there, but the truth is that nothing worth having comes easy. If you want to achieve something truly special, you need to be willing to take risks and face challenges head on. So stop waiting and start living. Stop waiting and start pursuing your dreams with everything that you've got. Because if you don't, you'll regret it. Trust me. Thank you so much for watching. And before you go, I have a challenge for you. Write down 3 small steps you can take today to move closer to your dreams. Don't wait for the right moment. Take action now. See you next time. You know that thing that you want to do so badly, but you keep putting it off because you think it's not quite the right moment yet? Well, guess what? It never will be. If you're like most people, you spend more time planning your dream than actually living it. You have this vision of how things should go perfectly, and then you wait around for that perfect scenario to present itself before you take action. But in the meantime, your life is passing you by, and when you finally realize that you've wasted enough time, it's too late. You can't get that time back. There's always going to be something stopping us from doing what we want to do. There's always going to be some obstacle in our path. But if we just stop and listen to those negative voices telling us why we queue on to do something, well, then those voices win and we lose our chance at happiness. This is the story of how someone changed their life by refusing to wait any longer for the right moment. The idea came to him while he was sitting on his porch swing one evening. He had worked for 32 years straight without taking a single day off. Now, at 60 years old, he found himself burdened by debts that threatened to take away his house and his dignity. Despite having put in countless hours at his job, he had nothing to show for it except for a mountain of debt. And now his health was failing, which made it impossible to work more hours and earn more money. He looked up at the sky with tears streaming down his face and asked God for help. At that moment, he felt completely defeated and desperate. As he looked up into the endless expanse above him, he thought about how much time he had already wasted and how little he had left. The doctor had given him only 2 months to live, but he felt like his real death had happened many years ago. All those dreams and aspirations he once held close, they were all dying inside of him. But as he sat there on his porch swing, he realized that he couldn't just give up. He had to fight for another chance at life. So with newfound determination, he got up from the swing and went inside to write out a plan. First, he needed to come up with a name for this new phase of his life. Something powerful. Something that would represent the changes he wanted to make and the goals he wanted to achieve. After thinking long and hard, he settled on the name Not Too Late. It was a simple phrase, but one that held deep meaning for him. This was his mantra for moving forward: not too late. Next, he set about learning everything he could about the subject. He wanted to understand all aspects of it so that he could make an informed decision about how to move forward. He pored over books, articles, and studies, taking notes and reflecting on what he learned. He reached out to experts in the field and asked questions, eager to absorb as much knowledge as possible. He even started attending events and workshops, meeting new people and making connections. As he learned more and more, he began to develop a plan of action. He set goals for himself, both short-term and long-term, and developed strategies for achieving them. He created a timeline and assigned deadlines to keep himself accountable and on track. He also developed a support system, reaching out to friends, family, and colleagues who could offer guidance and assistance along the way. Throughout this process, he remained focused on his mantra, not too late. Whenever doubt or fear crept in, he reminded himself that it was not too late to pursue his dreams and make positive changes in his life. He embraced the journey, celebrating small victories along the way and learning from any setbacks. Finally, the day came when he was ready to put his plan into action. He took a deep breath, let go of any lingering fears or doubts, and stepped forward with confidence. He faced each challenge head-on, trusting in his preparation and his ability to adapt as needed. He remained flexible, willing to adjust his course if necessary, and open to new opportunities that presented themselves. As he moved forward, he continued to embrace the lessons learned along the way, using them to refine his approach and improve his outcomes. He shared his journey with others, inspiring them with his story and helping them see that it's never too late to pursue their own dreams. Through his actions, he proved to himself and everyone around him that it's never too late to make positive changes in life. With determination, focus, and a willingness to learn and adapt, anyone can achieve their goals and live a fulfilling life on their own terms. It's funny how sometimes we waste our whole lives waiting for the perfect timing to start pursuing our dreams. We convince ourselves that someday the stars are gone, align and everything's gone. Be just right for us to finally dive in and go after what we want. But that someday never comes, and in the meantime, our lives pass us by. How often have you said to yourself, I'll start exercising tomorrow, or I'm gonna begin that diet on Monday, or one day I'm just gonna quit my job and travel the world? How many times have you waited for the perfect moment to start pursuing your goals, only to find that moment never arrives? It's easy to get caught up in the details and feel overwhelmed by all the things that need to go right for us to start chasing our dreams. But here's the hard truth. That perfect moment doesn't exist. If we wait for the stars to align and the planets to be in perfect balance before we take action, we'll be waiting forever. When we spend our lives in this kind of limbo, waiting for the right moment, we miss out on all the opportunities that come our way. We let fear and uncertainty hold us back, instead of taking bold steps towards our dreams. While we're stuck in analysis paralysis, paralyzed by our own indecision and fear, life is happening to us rather than the other way around. And the saddest part is that we convince ourselves that we're being smart and responsible by waiting for the perfect timing. But really, we're just robbing ourselves of our own happiness and fulfillment. So what's the solution? Well, it's simple in theory anyway. Just stop waiting for the right moment and start creating it. Take small steps every day towards your goals, no matter how small those steps may seem. Start with just 5 minutes of exercise instead of waiting for the perfect workout plan to fall into your lap. Begin with a small change to your diet. Cut out 1 sugary drink per day and replace it with water. Quit your job and travel the world. Take a class to learn a new skill that will help you find work abroad. The point is that you don't need to have every detail figured out before you get started. Just take action. Do something every day to move you closer to your goals, no matter how small that step may seem. And here's the beautiful thing. When you start taking action, even if it's just tiny steps, the right moment starts to present itself. Opportunities appear out of nowhere. Connections are made. Doors are opened. Suddenly, you're no longer waiting for the perfect moment. You're creating it. So my question for you today is this. What are you waiting for? What's stopping you from starting today? Are you afraid of failure? Of course you are. Who isn't afraid of failing at something? But here's the thing. Failure is just another excuse for us to learn and grow. It's a stepping stone on the path to success. The only true failure in life is giving up on our dreams. Are you worried that you're not talented enough, or that you don't have the resources to make your dreams come true? Stop it. You don't need talent to be successful. You just need hard work and dedication. And as for resources, there are plenty of ways to get the support you need without having everything handed to you. Learn to use what you have to your advantage and seek out those who can help fill in your gaps. In the end, the only person standing between you and your dreams is you. It's your fear, your doubt, your procrastination that keeps you from taking action. It's your unwillingness to accept that life, and always go according to plan, and that you must be adaptable and resilient in the face of adversity. So what are you going to do about it? Are you going to continue waiting for the perfect moment that will never come? Or are you going to start creating the right moment by taking action today? Here's the truth. Your dreams won't come to you. You have to go to them. So get up, brush off the dust, shake off the fear, and go after what you want. Don't wait for the perfect timing. Create it. And remember, it's never too late to chase your dreams. Now tell me, what dreams have you been waiting to start? What's stopping you from starting today? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and until next time, take care. From Fear to Freedom, How to Chase Your Dreams, Part 2. In today's episode of the Mindset Mentor podcast, we are going to continue with a very important conversation that we started last week around how to chase your dreams. Now, if you did not listen to last week's episode, please go check it out, because in that episode, I covered some really foundational things that will help set the stage for what I am going to share with you in this episode. And for those of you who have already listened to that episode, or maybe you just jumping into this for the first time, welcome. I'm so excited that you're here. So let's get straight into it. If you listened to last week's episode, then you know that we talked about why chasing your dreams is so important. We talked about how to figure out what your dreams actually are and how to start taking steps towards them. But in this episode, I want to talk about the roadblocks that most people run into when they try to start chasing their dreams. Because the truth is, most people will never chase their dreams, and there are 2 main reasons why. The first one is that they don't believe that they can achieve their dream. They don't think that they can become successful or do whatever it is that they think success looks like. Or the second reason is that they're afraid of the journey that it's going to take to get there. They want to go through all of the hard times and fail and screw up and fall flat on their face in front of everyone else. And both of these are completely valid reasons. So let me break it down for you in a way that hopefully makes sense and gives you the clarity that you need to finally make that leap of faith. The first thing that I want to touch on is that if you've decided that you want to chase your dreams but you haven't done it yet, it probably means that you're scared. You're either scared that you're not good enough, smart enough, pretty enough, rich enough, thin enough, talented enough, whatever it is, you don't feel like you have enough of something to be able to accomplish your dream. Or you're scared of what it's going to look like once you decide to go for it. You're scared of what you have to sacrifice or what you have to change or how other people might react. Whatever the reason may be, the fact that you still sitting here listening to me talk about it shows that you not ready to let go of the safety net that you created for yourself. And that's okay. Not everyone is meant to chase their dreams. But if you're someone who feels like this is something that you want to do, if you feel like deep down inside you were meant to chase this particular dream, then I urge you to reconsider why you think that is. Because sometimes our dreams aren't just things that we would like to happen. Sometimes our dreams are things that we feel called to do. Like I said in the last episode, sometimes it goes beyond just wanting it. Sometimes it becomes who you are. So if this is something that you feel is a part of you, then you have to ask yourself why you would ever want to give up on that. Why would you ever want to give up on being the person that you were meant to be? And the answer to that question, at least for me, was that it was easier to live my life without having to deal with the repercussions of going after it. See, when we chase our dreams, we're not only putting ourselves out there, but we're also opening ourselves up to an entire world of possibility. And I know that sounds really cliche and like something you've heard before, but think about how scary that actually is. When you chase your dreams, you don't know where it's going to lead you. You do want to know who you meet, or what opportunities are come your way. And that's terrifying because it means that you can't plan everything. It means that you can't have all the answers figured out ahead of time. It means that you have to be willing to jump in head first and trust that it will all work out. And that, my friend, is what scares us the most. It's the unknown. The not knowing what on the other side of this huge leap of faith that we have to take in order to get there. But if you really want to chase your dreams, then you have to learn how to embrace the unknown. You have to learn how to live a life without a safety net. Because here's the thing, no one else is going to do it for you. No one else is go through all of the hard times and fail and screw up and fall flat on their face in front of everyone else, so that if you don't do it now, no one else is going to do it for you. And that's scary. I know it's scary to put yourself out there, to open yourself up to a world of possibilities, to be willing to take a chance on something new and different and exciting. But if you really want to chase your dreams, then you have to learn how to do that. You have to learn how to step outside of your comfort zone and do things that scare you. And I know this might sound overwhelming, especially if you've never done anything like this before. But it doesn't have to be. You don't have to do everything perfectly. You don't have to have all the answers figured out ahead of time. All you have to do is take one small step at a time. Just take the next step that's in front of you right now and don't worry about what's down the road. Just focus on what's right in front of you and take that next step. And then another thing that I want to add to this is that if you're struggling with fear, please remember that it's okay to be scared. It's normal to be nervous, it's natural to feel overwhelmed. But don't let those feelings stop you from doing what you know you need to do. Don't let them hold you back any longer. Think about all of the times that you've let fear hold you back in your life. Think about all of the dreams that you've given up on because you were too scared to chase them. Think about all of the opportunities that you've even missed out on because you were too scared to take a chance on them. And then ask yourself if that's really what you want to do. Do you want to keep letting fear control your life? Or do you want to start living on purpose? Do you want to start chasing your dreams? If you answered yes, then I need you to get out of your own head right now and take action. Take the next step towards your dream, whatever that may be. It doesn't matter how small it is. It doesn't matter if it seems insignificant. It matters that you're taking some sort of action towards your goal. And then once you take that step, take the next step that's in front of you and you won't stop until you reach your destination. This is your life, my friend. It's your story. You are the author of your own future. And I know you have the power to create an amazing life for yourself. I know you have the ability to chase your dreams and make them a reality. So don't waste another minute letting fear hold you back. Don't waste another second wondering what could have been. Take action today and start living the life that you've always wanted to live. Start chasing your dreams and don't stop until you reach your destination. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of the Mindset Mentor podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, I would love to hear your thoughts on it. Please leave a review on whatever platform you're listening from. I appreciate you all so much, and I'll see you soon. Let me tell you something that no one ever told you. You are not meant to do what everyone else wants you to do. No, you're not. And if you're doing it, then there is something wrong. We all have different paths and we all have different destinations. I want to talk about fears today because most of us let fear control our lives. We're afraid of losing, we're afraid of failing. And when we're afraid of failing, we don't take chances. And if we don't take chances, guess what? We can never win. It's impossible. It's like trying to catch a fish with your hands. But if you use a rod and reel, the odds of you catching a fish suddenly go up to 85%. What I am saying is this. Everyone who has ever accomplished anything of value did it by taking risks. If you want to accomplish anything, then you must be willing to take risks. Now, if you think about risk, there is no risk without reward. It is impossible to do something risky and get nothing out of it. There is always some kind of reward. So if you want to live a better life, if you want to live a happier life, if you want to feel more fulfilled and accomplished in your life, if you want more money, more success, then you have to start taking chances. You have to learn how to manage your fear. So here are 4 steps from my personal experience that will help you overcome your doubts so that you can chase your dreams. Step: no one know who you are. One of the biggest problems that people have today is they don't know who they are. They don't know what their strengths are. They don't know what their talents are. And even if they do know what their strengths are, they aren't being used. Think about a time when you were young and you had a dream. Maybe you wanted to become an actor or a musician or an artist. Or maybe you wanted to travel the world. Why don't you have those things today? Is it because you got older and you lost interest? Or is it because somewhere along the line someone said, "You can't do this"? Do you know how many amazing artists, scientists, thinkers, leaders, inventors, and innovators were told no throughout their entire lives? The reason why they accomplished what they did was because they didn't listen to the naysayers. They had faith in themselves. Think about Steve Jobs. He was told he would never amount to anything. In fact, his biological parents gave him up for adoption because they thought they were incapable of raising a child. Now, they might have been right. But if you look at where he ended up, can you imagine if they had kept him? Think about all the great movies that were turned down by the studio executives before they became classics. Think about all the songs that record labels didn't want before they hit the charts. Think about all the inventions that were laughed at before they became staples in our everyday lives. I'll give you a more modern example. Have you heard about the fidget spinner? All the experts in the toy industry said it was a stupid idea and that it would never work. But guess what? Fidget spinners made over $1 billion in 2017 alone. The point is this: experts don't know any more than you. The people who pretend to know everything are actually clueless most of the time. Do won't ever let anyone convince you that you can achieve your goals unless you have a degree in psychology, sociology, philosophy, art history, or unless you know the right people, or unless you have enough money. That is just a lie. Let me say it again for those of you who are watching. Experts don't know any more than you. If you have a dream, then pursue it. Stop listening to all the naysayers and stop listening to all the people who pretend to know more than you. Most of them don't. Step no. 2. Believe in yourself. This is probably the most important thing on the list. If you don't believe in yourself, then you will never accomplish anything. I don't care how talented you are, I don't care how smart you are, and I don't care how much potential you have. If you don't believe in yourself, then you're going to fail. Think about it. When you don't believe in yourself, what kind of thoughts do you have? You have negative thoughts. You constantly expect the worst outcome possible. You blame yourself for every little mistake and you never take responsibility for your accomplishments. You make excuses and you justify why you failed instead of looking for solutions. You give up easily because you believe that you're not capable of handling difficult situations. Basically, when you don't believe in yourself, you self-sabotage. Look, if you're going to chase your dreams, you have to believe that it's possible. You have to believe that you deserve it, and you have to believe that you're capable of achieving it. So take control of your mind and don't let it betray you. Step no 3. Take action. Talking about your goals or thinking about your goals won't get you anywhere. You have to take action. There is no other way. If you want to succeed, if you want to accomplish something, you have to put in the work. So ask yourself, what are you doing today to move closer to your goals? Are you reading books? Are you educating yourself? Are you practicing your craft? Are you putting in the reps? Are you working on your side hustle? Whatever it is, you have to be doing something. Even if you're just starting out, you still have to be doing something. Because here's the truth. It's always harder to start than to continue. Once you get the ball rolling, once you get some momentum going, it becomes easier to keep moving forward. Why? Because now you have proof that you can do it. You have evidence that you are capable of accomplishing your goals, but you have to get started. You have to take the first step, no matter how small it is. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with just one step. So stop waiting for the perfect timing. Stop hoping that one day you will wake up and everything will be perfect. It's never going to happen. The only way to make things happen is to make them happen. Take action and don't stop until you get there. And step no. 4. Never give up. There is no such thing as failure. There is only feedback. Everything that you do in your life is either helping you move closer to your goal, or it's helping you move further away from your goal. If you miss the mark, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I do it better next time? Instead of beating yourself up, look for ways to improve. Look for ways to grow. When things don't go your way, you have 2 options. You can either complain and whine like a baby, or you can suck it up and move on. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't feel your emotions. Of course you should feel them. It's healthy to express your emotions, but you shouldn't let them control you. You shouldn't let them dictate your actions. So don't be discouraged by the setbacks. Don't be discouraged by the failures. Learn from them and keep moving forward. Never give up on your dreams. If you do, then you're giving up on yourself. To sum everything up, I want to share with you this quote by Paulo Coelho. It says, "And in the end, the life you choose to lead is the one you will regret the least." These words mean that each and every one of us will face choices in our lives. We will have to decide what is important to us and what we want to focus on. We will have to decide what we want to spend our time on and what we want to invest our energy into. And ultimately, we will have to decide what kind of person we want to be. So, I encourage you to follow your heart. I encourage you to follow your passions, and I encourage you to follow your dreams. Because if you don't, who will? Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.